Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick where we put the money in your bag. Hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get to the week 12 Vegas spread picks. First game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Atlanta Falcons. Las Vegas is -3. I got the Raiders to win in the cover. We have to go with our fundamentals. We have to go with what has made us money this year. That big Raiders offensive line controlling time of possession, controlling the game, and an underrated Raiders defense. And this Falcons team, they had the opportunity last week. Everything was set up for them to pull up an upset against the New Orleans Saints, but they just couldn't do it. And at a certain point, we can talk about this Atlanta talent. We can talk about Julio Granite Stone Jones. We can talk about Matt Ryan. We can talk about Ridley. But at the end of the day, I question their heart. And the Las Vegas Raiders simply have more heart. I don't care that they're traveling across the United States. It doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. Raiders winning cover. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the New England Patriots. Arizona is -2.5 points. And I like the Cardinals to win and cover this game. I picked against the Patriots last week, and I put my money where my mouth is. But I would be a little bit cautious making this a money pick. We have to understand Foxborough. We have to understand that the Patriots play really good in bad weather. We saw what it did to the Ravens, and you know if they get some freezing rain, if they get some snow, similar things will happen to the Cardinals. So I want you to watch the weather if you're planning to bet the Cardinals in this game. You need to be diligent, and you need to keep your ear towards the ground. And the matchup I'm looking for in this game is just Arizona offense against the Patriots defense. This is where I think the Cardinals obviously pull away with this game. Next game, we got the New York Giants at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Giants are -5.5. I have the Giants to win in the cover, but I have a money pick. But it is unconventional. Bet the Giants on the money line. I know Ryan Finley's playing. I know Joe Mixon's out for the season. I know Joe Burrow just suffered a devastating knee injury. And the -5.5 looks nice. But I want you to get that security. I want the security blanket, and I want you comfy. That's why I like the Giants to win on the money line. And when I'm looking at this game, do I need to say more? Ryan Finley. And this Giants defense has been playing really good the last 5 or 6 weeks, and I see them completely controlling this game. On the Cincinnati Bengals defense, they're looking for answers, but they haven't been able to find them. The key to this game is just the Giants defense dominating. That's why I like the Giants to win in the cover. Next game, we got the Washington football team at the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Dallas is -3. Money. I got Dallas to win in the cover. And remember when this first game transpired and I said Andy Dalton should add something to the Cowboys offense. He didn't last time they played Washington, but Andy Dalton looked competent and proficient last week against the Minnesota Vikings. And the Washington football team just doesn't have enough pop on offense. And the big matchup in this game is Washington's front seven, specifically their defensive line, against this Cowboys offensive line. This Cowboys offensive line is a lot healthier and a lot better when you compare it to the first time they played this year. That's why I think Dallas wins and covers. But Dallas needs to do what they did last week against Minnesota. They need to give that ball to Zeke 20 to 25 times. He isn't the explosive playmaker he was in years past, but he can still get positive, solid yardage, and they need to feed it to him. Dallas to win in the cover. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cleveland is -6.5. I got Cleveland to win in the cover. Actually, I have Jacksonville to cover, Cleveland to win. And I don't want us to sleep completely on Jacksonville because they've been losing games and we know they don't have a lot of talent, but they have been playing tough and gritty and they've been playing with heart. And this Browns team, yes, they've been getting wins. Yes, we've been winning money betting them, but they have lived a bit dangerously. These games have been a bit close to me, especially when you look at their opposition. That's why I think they leave Jacksonville hanging around this game, but Browns pull it out for sure, for sure. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers. The Cinderella story continues at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is -4. I got Minnesota to win in the cover, but let's be quite frank about this. I am an expert. I have made you guys tons of money this year. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. But if anyone tells you they know specifically what will happen this game, I want you to turn them off and just say they're being disrespectful to you, because this game's a total crapshoot. We don't know what Minnesota Viking defense we'll see. We don't know if we'll see Walker. We don't know if we'll see Teddy Bridgewater. And we certainly don't know what Kirk Cousins will churn up. Credit to the Cowboys last week, but Minnesota had time and time again. They had chances galore to win that game, and they didn't take advantage of it. I think Minnesota wins this week, and they cover, but I don't want you guys betting this. There is no science to this game whatsoever. Next game, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are -4. I was thinking an upset, but right now I got Tennessee to cover, Colts to win. The Colts are just a solid, proficient team, but like you saw last week against Green Bay, they do have some problems. But the Colts have a ton of heart, and they're well coached. And one of my big concerns about this Tennessee team is Mike Vrabel. I question his coaching. I question the game management. I question the clock management. And that's why I think the better coach wins this game with a late field goal. Colts win, Tennessee covers. Next game, we got the LA Chargers at the Buffalo Bills. Chargers are +5.5. I got the Chargers to cover. I got Buffalo to win. And we got to give Herbert some credit. Last week, he came out, we threw another 3 TDs. The kid was gunning it against a pretty decent Jets defense. And I think this Bills defense has some holes. I think if the Chargers go full-out attack, they spread them out, they let Herbert slang that thing. If they let Herbert take over this game, this is a possible upset. I do think the Bills win, but the Chargers cover this 5.5 easy. And I do think some cracks will start to form in the Buffalo Bills. We saw how they lost against Arizona. What is that going to do to their psychology? What is that going to do to the team chemistry? I am quite intrigued to see how the Bills respond. I got the Chargers to cover, but I still think the Bills win because that Bills offense is very, very proficient, and this Chargers defense just hasn't stepped up this year. Next game, another game on Thanksgiving. We got the Houston Texans, -2.5 at Detroit. I got the Texans to win in the cover. And last week I picked them against the Patriots in a money pick, and I have no regrets about it, and I made that money. But it mostly came down to Deshaun Watson. If Deshaun Watson gets protection, he's a very, very dangerous quarterback in this league. And one thing Detroit really can't do is rush the passer. So I think Deshaun will have time. And now you have a Matt Stafford situation where Matt Stafford's not 100%. Matt Stafford's not getting the proper protection. And you wonder, how can Detroit produce points on offense? Credit to Carolina. I don't want to bash Carolina, but putting up 0 points against Carolina is absolutely pathetic. And Matt Stafford being injured isn't enough of an excuse for me. It just isn't. Houston wins and covers on Thanksgiving Day. I was a little bit nervous about this. Don't get me wrong, because Detroit always plays better than you think on Thanksgiving Day. But I don't think there's any magic. Houston wins and covers. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins. Good job, Tua. -7 at the New York Jets. I got Jets to cover again. And I was pretty sure last week I made it a money pick on the Patreon. I believe the Jets cover again. It would be even nicer if this gets shoot up to +8, +8, +9. I got Jets to cover. I got Miami to win. But hey, listen, Tua, he just hasn't had a lot of pass yards. And you've seen it with the Dolphins. I don't like going by stats, but you can look at the stats and see that they've just lost a bit of something in that pass game. There's not as many big plays in the pass game, and they're relying on lots of turnovers from their defense. The Jets are nothing special. The Jets are nothing to write home about. But the Jets are at least getting a little bit better, right? It's just a smidge better, right? That's why I think the Jets cover this game and Miami wins. I think Miami's vulnerable in this game, and I don't think anyone wants to have a serious discussion about it. The Dolphins fans certainly don't. But Miami is extremely vulnerable going into this game against the Jets. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is a complicated game. Baltimore's +4. I got Baltimore to win in the cover as of right now. But this is a game in turmoil, and I'm at a loss for words because I don't know how to analyze COVID. I don't know how to analyze COVID injuries. I don't know how to analyze COVID tests. The two starting running backs on the Ravens are out, so we don't know who's going to play running back. We also saw just before I came on air, I got alerted before I came on air that the Ravens had other positive tests. And right now, you're just wondering, with the Ravens season on the line, and they're playing a very, very good Pittsburgh team, why can't we move this game to Sunday? I know we want it on Thanksgiving night. I know it's a great cap off to a great Thanksgiving holiday, but damn, this is the Ravens season on the line. And when it's a team season on the line, we need to have the utmost integrity. As of right now, I got Baltimore to win in the cover against a very good Steelers team, but we have to see how it transpires. And honestly, with the way it's going with COVID, Pittsburgh will probably win. But as of right now, before we see the full damage, I have Baltimore. Next game, I have the New Orleans Saints -6 at the Denver Broncos. Money, 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 money. Don't put money on Denver on the money line, but I love Denver +6 in this game. And everyone said I was wrong last week again about Denver. And normally when that happens, Denver ends up winning. And we saw what they did against Miami. But people need to understand something. Home field advantage is important, but in this COVID era, there is really only one home field advantage in this league. I say it every week, but it is the Broncos. They're the only team with home field advantage. That altitude affects teams, especially in the second half, and that's why you see the Broncos pull so many comebacks. And when you got Taysom Hill, you're getting more tape out on him. I think Denver will shut him down. I think they'll put 8-9 men in the box. And I question Taysom Hill's skills. I'm a huge Taysom Hill fan. Everyone who follows this podcast knows it. But I question what he can do with a team, with a team's full energy on him. And I think Denver stops him. I think the Saints only put up 17. And I think Locke and company will be able to scrap over 20. I think New Orleans will win this, but Denver will cover this +6 without a doubt. Next game. We got the San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams. San Fran is +7. I have San Fran to cover, the Rams to win, and I'm not too certain about this. Normally, I would love the 49ers to cover. The 49ers are a good, well-coached, physical team, but the injuries are just starting to add up, and it's hard to bet on them when you see Kittle's out and Garoppolo's going to be out again. It makes it very, very hard to bet on them and believe in them. And then we got to give the Rams credit. The Buccaneers stopped that Rams running game. But you want to know what? Goff actually made enough plays. Sure, he threw some interceptions, but he made enough plays from the pocket, and I think that will continue because we know that's what the 49ers are going to do. They're going to load up that box. They're going to stop the run, but I think Goff will be able to deliver against a very weak secondary, and Richard Sherman coming back doesn't change that. Rams win, 49ers just barely cover. Next game. This is the game of the week. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kansas City is -3. I got Kansas City to win in the cover, and I don't know what's going on with this Buccaneers team. Brady, we gotta call a spade a spade. Brady just didn't play good enough on Monday night for the Buccaneers to win. That defense stepped up, but Brady didn't step up. But I think it's bigger than Brady. I'm seeing an unorganized offense. I'm questioning Brian Leftwich. I'm questioning Bruce Arians. And everyone likes to praise Bruce Arians like he's some sort of mastermind genius. I've seen his team struggle before like this. I've seen his offenses look very, very unorganized before. And they have to protect Tom Brady. And they have to keep a run-pass balance. And Bruce Arians refuses to keep a run-pass balance. And until they do that, they're going to lose to good teams. The Chiefs are an elite team. Chiefs win and cover, borderline money pick. Next game, we got the Chicago Bears. The Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Bears are +9. I like the Bears to cover. Let's go fundamentals here. We have a very, very good defense. We have a defense with lots of pride. And we have a Packers offense. Yes, they looked better in the last few weeks, but I still have my doubts about them. And I think this Bears defense stops Aaron Jones. And then Aaron Rodgers only has one receiver to throw to. You saw that in the Colts game. You saw these young wide receivers melt down when Aaron needed to play. Remember, in overtime, throws a quick screen, guy fumbles so easy. That's going to be what keeps it close because Aaron Rodgers, he has Devontae Adams, but outside of that, what weapon does he have to exploit a very good Bears defense? And we know the Bears offense sucks. There's no way to sugarcoat it. They're not going to run the ball well. They're not going to throw the ball well, but I think they keep it close enough. Hell, maybe they're able to scrap 17 points, but I do believe they cover this 9 points. Next game and final game of the weekend, we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly is +5.5. I got Seattle to win by a field goal, but that means Philly's going to cover this game, and it's hard to believe in Philly at this point, and I certainly don't. You saw last week when I made the Browns a money pick over them. But we have to remember that Seattle is also a team that They don't play to their potential, and I think Seattle will leave Philadelphia in this game. I think Seattle will control this game, but I feel like Philadelphia will remain in this game within striking distance, and eventually we got to see something out of Wentz. I've been fair to Wentz this year. I think people are criticizing him a bit too much, but it is time for him to take over a game, and I could see him getting hot in this fourth quarter and keeping it close. I think this game is closer than people think. I don't think Seattle comes in here. I don't think Seattle blows them out. The Seattle defense has too many problems, and if you're the Philadelphia Eagles offense, what a way to get your season going than seeing that Seattle defense line up in front of you. If they don't take this opportunity, they're never taking an opportunity. Giants are playing Cincy, and right now this NFC East is between the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to go quietly in the night. I think they're going to steal a couple wins, and I would not be surprised if they were able to steal this one as crazy as it sounds. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the videos. If you want to see every game I bet, NFL and soccer, check out the Patreon page, link in the description. I remind you again, turn on your notifications. Happy Thanksgiving. Hit the like button. This is the best gambling show on the internet, no doubt about it.